JPC, JPC, out there, JPC, JPC. We must work to develop the country like a system. This is where the JPC will assist in. JPC, JPC, out there, JPC, JPC. More money in your pocket, more jobs for your friend with economic growth benefits never end. Yo, JPC, JPC, out JPC, out there.
Welcome to our very first Productivity Vibes episode, where we serve to interpret your views on productivity. When I talk about you, I'm talking about primary, secondary, tertiary education students, individuals in organizations, and the general public. Productivity Vibes will air on Fridays at 1 p.m. on our YouTube page, but you can get small glances of our videos on our other social media platforms such as Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. So today we have with us an industrial engineer with an extensive background in process design and re-engineering. She was trained at the Rochester Institution in New York and the University of the West Indies, St. Augustine Campus, Trinidad. She has been in the business for over 20 years, and within that last 10 years has worked with over 250 organizations, 250 public sectors and private sectors organizations on improving industrial efficiency. Let us welcome on set the Chief Technical Director, Mrs. Tamar Nelson. Welcome, Mrs. Nelson.
Thank you, Jordan. Thank you for having me.
So tell us about productivity. What is productivity?
Well, productivity to many, would be, it's a frightening thing, I would say. They would think of it as possibly working harder or losing their jobs. Some persons mix it up with being productive.
Yeah.
But productivity is about working smarter.
That's true.
Right? So being more efficient, more effective, doing the right things the right way. So it's really looking at the output that you desire, increasing that value or the number of that output, and combining your inputs that you have in the best way possible to achieve that output that you desire. And by inputs, we mean your capital, like your equipment, technology. You're looking at people, all the resources that it takes to make a product or service.
So how does the JPC investigate productivity in an institution?
Well, as it relates to an institution, what we find is that every organization is different.
That is true.
So it's almost, like as humans, we have our own DNA.
Yeah.
Each organization has its own DNA, that kind of culture that affects how the productivity of that particular organization. Likewise for the country as well. But what we do at the Productivity Centre is that we go into these organizations, we look at where they are, and how we do that is through measurements. So we go and we get data. So either primary data or secondary data. So it's either that we get information from the organization, analyze it, see where the gaps are, and provide solutions to fill in those gaps. And in the event that we have no data available, we go and make observations, conduct surveys, and make our own assessment of what the current situation of that organization is. Because it's only by knowing where we are, we can improve on it, right? So we have to make that diagnosis at first. So just like when you go to a doctor, the first thing you do all the checks.
Yes.
The same thing that we do. So we are like the productivity doctor, as it were.
That's a very good thing. So how does the JPC educate organizations on how to increase productivity and also maintain productivity?
Well, as it relates to increasing and maintaining productivity, what we have found in our analysis, and we're looking at other countries that have improved their productivity levels, is that they have made it a way of doing things right across the nation, right? So everybody is involved, and it's almost a part of how they go about things. So you would find in Germany, they think that products made in Germany is the best products, and they only buy German products, right? So we as Jamaicans need to get into, you know, that mindset of what we have is you know, is the best, you know, or is good to consume, so that we can encourage growth in our own
discourage those barren children, you know.
Well, you know, as Jamaicans are still going like our barren
that
days,
is very true. I still
right?
Like too,
but we need to really help to grow our local economy, and you know, look at how we can consume more local products. It's not only cheaper, but it will help us in terms of our standard of living. And the truth of the matter is that even if we consume, everybody in Jamaica consumes what is produced, it wouldn't be enough to grow the economy at the levels that we would like it to. So we would have to still look at other means of growing that output, which would mean we'd have to get into exports, into other markets, regionally and internationally. But as it relates to what we are doing, as I mentioned earlier, it boils down to how we view productivity. And we really have to shift the paradigm as it relates to productivity. You know, change how we see things. I think it was Tony Rebel who said, you know, Jamaica is a nice place to live. And the only problem is, you don't know that old boy. You're dating me now. Yes.
No, we're not dating now. You're supposed to do that.
You know, I'm aging myself by asking that question. But let me educate you then as a young person. You know, it's what a nice place to live. The only problem is dollars not run. Right? So people say Jamaica is nice, but the dollars not running. But suppose we change how we really view Jamaica as a place that dollars can run, and invest in Jamaica, buy Jamaican, support productivity initiatives and incentives, and see Jamaica as a place that it can be.
Yes, that's true. That's true. So how does the JPC educate organizations on how to remain productive?
Well, how we do that? Various means. As we said, you know, we have different organizations, different types of persons in those organizations, different processes, different systems. So, and we are targeting everybody. So we have multi-pronged marketing and promotion and awareness building campaign, so that all of Jamaica understands productivity. Not only that they understand it, but that they can live it. Because productivity is nothing if you don't act on it, right? So we have to do, we can't just talk about it, we have to act on it. So we have workshops, sensitization sessions, we have conferences, we are now engaging in social media, as we're doing here, right? New light. So we are, you know, moving with the times as it is now, and using the various platforms. So we're also engaging ambassadors to help us to also voice the message of productivity, because we need as many persons moving in the same direction, so we can form productivity movement and really change the direction from where it's going to the one where we want it to get to.
So, measure of productivity. How does JPC measure productivity really in the organizations?
Well, productivity is measured in various ways. You can have it at the individual level, at the enterprise level, or at organizational level, but also at the national and industrial level, which are more macro figures, right? And so for a person, it may be, you know, say a taxi man. It may be how many trips does he make in a particular day. That's a productivity measure. Or how long does it take to make a round trip? How much money does he make per trip? How many customers does he have per trip? On average, those are all productivity measures. For an athlete, it may be related to distance and time, Because for an athlete, it may be speed, it may be height for a high jumper. You know, so you know, individually we can measure productivity in those ways. So efficiency and effectiveness measures. And as it relates to organizations, it may be how fast or efficient you produce that good or service to the client, right? And you have
competition,
of course. There's always competition. Competition is good as it keeps us current and on our toes and responsive to the needs in the market. On national level, we're looking at something like GDP per capita, which is the value of all the goods produced and services produced over the number of persons in that country. And that's a measure of a country's standard of living or how well it's doing economically. And then you have labor productivity, which is the output per worker, right? And then you have total factor productivity, which includes factors such as technology, innovation, management systems, and then you have capital productivity, which looks at how productive your inputs are, the capital inputs are, so your machines, etc.
So I really like you mentioned about GDP. So how can Jamaica attain a 4% GDP from where we are now?
Oh wow, that's a good question, Jordan. Very good question.
Tough one, but
it's a tough one, but I think that it's doable. And I think there was a quote said by the late Honorable Edward Seattle that says that there is nothing wrong with Jamaica that cannot be fixed with what's right with Jamaica. I'm just paraphrasing.
Yeah.
But really how I interpret that is to say that we have everything that we need to be successful, right? And if you even look at it, we have, you know the phrase, "Liquor but we talawa." You know that one. So we're very innovative people. You know, can we use that innovation to drive a particular good or service that Jamaica can provide to the world, right? So we have to really rethink how we have been doing things over the years, because whatever we have been doing for the past couple of years, we have not been growing at the rate at which we want to grow. So for us to grow to the levels of 4% and above, we have to do things differently. We know what it feels like to have more productivity, but we have to change to achieve the high productivity levels. So as just simply putting it simple, if you are doing the same things today that you are doing 5 years ago, then you are not growing. You are not improving productivity. And even if it's as recent as last week, we have to be constantly changing as the environment changes, as the market changes, and really look at creating the linkages between goods and the goods producing and the services sector to utilize the resources that we have in Jamaica. Look at other low-hanging fruit like ICT and innovations, consuming more, exporting more, investing more in research and development, looking at linking wages or productivity to linking wages to productivity improvement, and not just pay for time. So there are many things that we can do, and to do a breakthrough like that, we have to break out of the mold that we have.
Well, so whose business is everybody's business?
Productivity is everybody's business.
Productivity is everybody's business. So we want to develop a productivity culture in Jamaica. Very informative information, and I believe our viewers will learn from this and will now understand what productivity is. Thank you again, Mrs. Nelson.
Thank you for having me, Jordan. Pleasure was mine.
Thank you. Alright guys, you have just witnessed our very first Productivity Vibes episode. Now comment down below what you have learned about productivity. And remember, productivity is everybody's business. See you in the next one. And remember, subscribe.